Hey guys, Avery here with Skip's Tactical Solutions, and I'm here with another episode of Talk to Me Thursday. As you guys come on, please let me know where you are joining from, and I have to apologize because I came on late tonight. We have a lot of things that we're going to talk about tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about women and guns. We're going to talk about personal protection ammo, and we're also going to talk about a few other things. So, stay tuned and please make sure that you guys interact because it makes it just that much better. But I would love to know, how was your guys this week? Hey Tiffany, how are you? Why Pop? Hey, thanks for putting that in for me. Um, Why Pop said American Gun Chick sent me. Thank you so much, American Gun Chick. Hey, Atlanta Light, thank you for tuning in again. So I do see that we've had someone said something about dumb questions, and I'm glad that you guys said that. For me, there are no such thing as dumb questions here. We're definitely here to interact, talk to everyone. And if you have questions, if I don't get to your question, please don't get mad at me. Sometimes a live stream does go pretty quickly, and I get very sidetracked very quickly. So if I do not talk about your question while I'm talking about something else, feel free to just throw it in again later in the chat. Clem Johnson, hey, thank you for joining. D with Yarn Dragons, thank you for joining. A huge shout out to Miss D for moderating for us. Tugan Kitty, hey, thanks for tuning in. S. Dot, hey, how are you? Hey, Branch, thanks for tuning in. Clem, I enjoyed our conversation as well. Chris from MD, hey, thanks for joining in. Belty Cat, thank you for joining in. As you guys tune in, if you can hit up that thumbs up button, I would appreciate that. Tonight, how many thumbs up do you guys think we should get? Two Guns said, just waiting on my drop-in trigger to finish my arrow lower. Where are you getting your trigger from? Jay Davidson, hey, how are you? Ronald Hotboy, hey, how are you? I hope you're not saying a million, because then I don't think we'll ever get a million thumbs up on this video. So as you guys, I don't know if you guys can see this, but so I'm doing my live a tad bit different tonight. Normally I stream horizontal, no, I stream vertical because I'm so used to doing it vertical, but I'm doing it horizontal tonight. So hopefully you guys will be able to see everything good. If you guys cannot see something, make sure that you let me know so that I can get it fixed. And make sure that you stay tuned until the end, because I will be doing a giveaway tonight. Every single Thursday night, I do a giveaway. So tonight is no different. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have had an amazing week. And if you haven't had a good week, I think we should change that. Remember, it's all about your mindset. But let me know what you guys have going on. I have a class this weekend. I have a private lesson this weekend, and I may potentially have another private lesson this weekend. So if you guys are looking to get a course, let me know. I do private lessons. I do group courses as well. And I also do a normal classes, but my normal classes are and conceal carry, Florida conceal. So if you are looking for a class, please let me know. What else? We posted up a good bit of links this week as far as deals that either Arrow had going on, or who else? Palmetto State Armory had going on. So when we post those things, make sure that you guys check them out. Sometimes they're really, really good deals that they just sell out pretty quick because they're so good. Hey, Miss LaFon, how are you? Let's see. Oh, really quick, while she's on here, I want to give a really quick shout out to I don't know if you guys can see it. So can you guys see my necklace? That's why I be streaming the way that I normally stream. Ooh, Aaron said that he went gun shopping for a new gun today. Nice. Aaron, I thought you said you weren't gonna buy no new guns. Okay, so guys, I want to give a quick shout out to Miss LaFont Atwood. She is here. Uniquely Designs. I wanted a bracelet and she made me a bracelet and she had some extra charms. So she was so kind enough to make me a necklace. So I really love my necklace. I will be sporting it all the time. Yeah. So she's on here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it and I love it. I've been on lives for the past 2 nights and yeah, I wore it last night and I wore it tonight too. So I love it. Don't clown on me if you see me wear it all the time because I will be wearing it all the time because I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But yes, we have lots of things to talk about tonight, guys. I have some notes because I have some questions that came in. And something else that I want to address really quick is if I have people that reach out, if they reach out via Facebook, Instagram, and they send me messages, sometimes I can't get to all my messages. And so sometimes I would like to just address those on the live videos. And that's kind of what I do now. So it's so much easier for me to talk about these things on live versus going one-on-one and explaining everything. And I really don't have a lot of additional time. Where did I get my necklace from? I got my necklace from Miss LaFon Atwood. She makes bracelets, necklaces, watches, and I met her here in Tampa. Really, really nice young lady. But yeah, she made it. Yeah, she's on here. LaFon, can you post a link to your Facebook page so that they can see what you do, please? If she's on here. Another thing is, if you are not on my Patreon, I would love for you to check out my Patreon. My Patreon is patreon.com/Skips Tactical Solutions, and that is where you can donate to me. You can donate towards my cause. When it comes to me creating content, it takes a lot to create content. Major props to everybody that creates content because I don't know how they do it. But if this is your first time tuning in, I would love to know if it's your first time. If you have any questions, feel free to interact and make sure that you guys are tuned in into the end because at the end there's going to be a giveaway. And I know Aaron's in here. Aaron just received his giveaway from a few times ago. Miss D, she just received her giveaway this week as well. Yeah, she received it this week. So yeah, we do giveaways and people actually get their gifts and they're really good gifts. So Aaron just won one of our new shirts. I'll show you guys the new shirt really quick before we get started. This is the new shirt. This is the logo. And the material is really, really soft. I don't know why I'm trying to like peek around the corner, but this is the back. Material is really soft, breathable, nice. It's something that you can wear every day or it's something that you can just wear whenever you want to, all right? But I wear my stuff all the time. All right, guys, like I said, sorry for coming in late. Your girl was busy, and let's get to it. Miss Adoria, thank you for joining. And you better stay until the end. S-Dot right now, they just come in that, so it's really a gray t-shirt. I think it's called, is it Heather Gray or Heather Charcoal, something like that. And then it is a red logo. Some people say it looks like pink or something like that, but yeah, it's a red logo. Yes, so if it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are related to me, you better stay until the end. And if you're not related to me, I would love if you would stay until the end as well. Philo, thank you for joining. For those of you who is your first time tuning in, I'm Avery. I am the owner of Skips Tactical Solutions. I am an instructor. I've been teaching for 10 and a half years, and I teach firearms as my daily job. I learned my skill in the military, Air Force, firearms instructor, 10 and a half years. So this is not something that I just do on the weekends. So I started my own business, Skips Tactical Solutions. I started that a year ago because I felt like the civilian community could really benefit from my skills. So why just give my skills to the military? I decided to start my own company. So I think it's really important that men, women, and children know how to protect themselves. So I do teach children, I do teach men, and I do teach women. I have a different personality, and I thought it was really, really important for me to bring my personality to the gun community because you need a little bit of everybody. So there's not a lot of instructors that have my personality, but it is what it is, right? All right, so let's go ahead and get into our first question for the week. So I think this is really, really important, and this is where I'm going to talk about women and guns. So if you have a special lady in your life, someone that you love, someone that you just whatever, right? That special lady, you want to make sure that you send this to her. It could be your mother, your sister, your wife, daughter, whatever. Send it to her because you just don't know what you don't know. So we want to make sure that we let them know. First things first, everyone needs to be able to protect themselves. And when I say protect yourself, you need to be able to defend yourself if someone is trying to do you harm. What I'm not saying is we're going around playing cops and robbers. We're not doing that. What we're doing is if the situation arises, just know I'm going to be able to be armed with my gun legally, all right? Legally armed with my gun to be able to defend myself. And something else that I didn't tell you guys that are new to this chat is I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I have a 13-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. So it is, and I'm also married and I have a husband. So it is my duty to be able to protect my kids and myself at all times, and my husband, right? So if you do not know how to defend yourself, then you are doing yourself a huge injustice, because if you don't watch the news, and you don't even have to watch the news, right? Because they're posting these stories all over the place. The bad things are happening everywhere. Think about somewhere that you go, and no one that's on this chat right now can say that there's one particular place that they go that has not had some sort of violence occur there, right? And the violence isn't always necessarily with a gun, right? But for me, I call my gun my equalizer, because at the end of the day, I don't care where we are, right? Who comes towards me, the person can be like, right? And I'm 5'2". So if you watch any, know that I'm short. I'm 5, and it's like that I interview on these videos, they're like 6. They make me look super short. But even the playing field, right? Because I'll be able to shoot them. I can't necessarily go hand to hand with them, but I can always pull out my firearm and stop them. And when I say stop them, I mean, you pull it out, you better be ready to use it, all right? So as a woman, we are just at a disadvantage physically at times, because a lot of these people that are doing these bad things, they're possibly on drugs. If they're on drugs, then you're definitely at a disadvantage, right? Because sometimes they have all this extra adrenaline and they're just, yeah, they're high on stuff, and You just don't want to have to deal with that. But as a woman, you need to be able to protect yourself. I'm going to share with you some of the things that I hear from women when it comes to reasons why they don't protect themselves. Reason is because my husband is going to protect me. If that is your reasoning for not protecting yourself, what if your husband's at work? What if your husband, anything, unless you have him in your pocket 24/7, I don't know. If you got him in your pocket 24/7, good on you. But you need to be able to protect yourself. What if if you're in a restaurant and he goes to the restroom, you're not going to be able to have him there to protect you. And there's just some women out there who are single, right? And they need to be able to protect themselves. So it's really important to be able to protect yourself, really important to be able to protect your kids. And this is just a vital skill to have, because I don't feel like the world's getting any safer. But on the other hand, if we have more people who are concealed carry holders and able to protect themselves, the criminals are just going to be outnumbered. And a lot of times you can stop these criminals before anything bad happens. All right. So if you are watching this live chat and you like what you hear, not as in like it because it's good, but like it because you like what I'm talking about, if you can give this video a thumbs up. Or if I just completely confused you, yeah, you could thumbs up that too. But women and guns, I get a lot of, how can I get my wife into guns? How can I get my girlfriend into guns? And when you're introducing someone new to guns, you need to make sure that you kind of nurture them into the process. What you don't want to do is belittle them. You don't want to talk down to them at all, because that's not going to make them want to do something that they already don't want to do. And also just tell them the importance of them learning a new skill, because at the end of the day, it's a new skill. You need to be able to protect yourself. You need to be able to protect your family. And it's very, very important. This is crazy how often these bad things are occurring nowadays. So Belty Cat said, talk about demonetization of gun videos on YouTube. Do any producers of gun vids get paid any longer? Okay. So if I don't talk about it later, sorry, if you can remind me. So make sure that you encourage people. Make sure that you make it fun. Aaron, I don't know if he's still on here, but we talked about when he wants to buy a new gun, maybe buy something for his wife too. So he's kind of like smoothing it out, right? When he brings it in the house, he's like, oh, I got one for me and this over here for you, you know? So he was like, oh, not another purse or a pair of shoes. But you also have to remember, like, if that's her vice, then you have your vice too. So she probably feels the same way when you're buying guns. So you just have to respect their wants and wishes and make it fun. You can go out to the range. Sorry. When I have new students, I try to make it as fun as I can. I try to make my personality as nurturing as I can. I nurture them through that process. I want to know how they feel, because if there's something that doesn't feel right, I don't want them to just keep trying to work through that. I want to talk through it so that I can build them up, and then they can be the best shooter that they can be. And at the end, it's so funny because the students are like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I'm like, you did it. All I did was encourage you and teach you these skills, and then you just apply what I taught you. So I think that's very, very important, to make sure that you are nurturing people into the process, you're respecting them, and also just make it fun. I mean, shooting still, I like to have my students shoot still if we can. I like to shoot fun things, but you just have to make sure that you're making it as fun as you can. And initially, maybe don't make it a competition, because I know a lot of times males try to make it a competition, but not trying to be funny, but normally women shoot better than men though. Can I get someone else to second that so I don't sound like a hater? But on the other line, when it comes to women and guns, I have a lot of women. I have a lot of women and also men who reach out and ask me, what's the best gun for a woman? And I want to let you guys know that there is not a such gun that is made for a man or for a woman, all right? And when I say that, I want you to think about anything in this world, right? Or think about vehicles, right? Is there a vehicle that's only for a man and then a vehicle that's only for a woman? Like, it depends on what someone's taste is, right? It depends on a lot of different things. Even, let's see, anything, right? It's something that you don't want to force on someone else, right? So don't buy something and be like, this is what you're going to shoot, right? Because if they don't like it, they don't like it. And if they don't like it, they're probably not going to carry it and you're going to be pissed, right? But then it's kind of like it's your own fault because you bought it and you didn't involve them in the process. So how are you going to get mad at them? But involve them. Sometimes they like things that look nice, right? So I'm going to tell you, for the longest, I had a black Glock 43, and that's what I carried, right? So anyone who knows me, you know that I like, let's see. Okay, so my husband calls me extra, but I like nice things, right? I'm a very girly girl. And when it came to my gun, I wanted, Demont said bling. When it came to my gun, I was just like, let me just spice it up a little bit, right? Let me just make my gun, I guess you can call it, everybody calls it extra. Okay, so let me make my gun extra like me. So when it comes to my gun, so this is my everyday carry. So if you hear me refer to my EDC or a EDC, right, that's everyday carry, right? And that's the gun that I carry for my concealed carry. So tonight I will be definitely explaining things to you guys who don't know what I'm talking about or you're not familiar with things. But so this is my Glock 43, and I'm my own Wonder Woman, all right? So my gun, I got a Wonder Woman theme on it. So this used to be a black gun, and I got some work done to it for it to be rose gold. So this is a custom paint job with gun candy. And then it also has the Wonder Woman logo here. All right. So this is my everyday carry. So this just made it for someone who probably would not have normally liked it, right? I had a lot of women go, oh my God, I want a gun like that, right? Women who never even wanted a gun before, right? They're like, oh, I want a gun that looks like that. So if that's going to be something that's going to make them want to carry a gun, why knock it? I mean, I don't really understand that. So I know there's certain instructors that are like, so I'm not saying that you have to go and get slide cuts and undercuts and all this other stuff, or you have to get laser engraven. You don't have to do anything, right? But do not knock the next person and what they do. So this is my everyday carry. I wanted to make it the way that I wanted to make it. So when it comes to women and their guns, or even men and their guns, I know plenty of men who get custom gun work done, right? So this is just a custom gun job, but don't knock them. All right, so that's just one thing. And if she wants something that is the correct gun for her, right, just let her get it, right? But just make sure that it's the correct gun, right? And whatever she wants to do, she can do, right? I love what Demont said. He said, get what you like and be proficient. Yes, yes, and yes. And for those of you who tuned in a tad bit later, I just want to let you guys know that at the very end of this live video, we will be doing a giveaway. Giveaway. And then G Webs, thank you so much for tuning in. And everyone who came in late, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So we're gonna go back into the best guns for a woman. So when it comes to guns, just know guns depend on a lot of things, right? Guns are going to depend on your strength, your hand strength, right? Because when it comes to racking this slide, right, if you cannot properly do that, then that's not going to be the gun for you. But just know, all of this stuff takes time, and it does not happen overnight. It absolutely does not happen overnight. So please don't feel like the first time that Avery touched a gun that I was like, oh, I'm so good at this, because it definitely didn't work like that at all. Point blank, period. But this is one option when it comes to a everyday carry, all right? For someone with, and I'm not gonna say a woman, this is gonna be for men and women, okay? So when it comes to everyday carries, there's some firearms that are kind of well known in the gun industry for being everyday carry guns. And when you're looking for something, you need to think about how you dress, because that has a lot to do with it. You also want to think about your body type. So for me, I don't have a long torso. I'm short, and I have a short torso. So I don't have a lot of real estate on my body to be able to conceal a gun. So my real estate on my body to be able to conceal a gun is like this, right? And you have to make sure that you have that gun concealed, right? If you open carry, then that's completely on you, but I'm really talking tonight about concealed carry. You want to be able to have a gun that will properly fit in your hand, right? So for me, I have smaller hands. This gun doesn't have a magazine, but you want a gun that's going to be able to properly fit in your hand. And just know, once the guns get smaller, it gets harder, because, I mean, it's so small and you're trying to figure out exactly how to hold it, right? So you need to make sure you can get a nice, good grip on it. You need to make sure that you can manipulate the slide, right? Because if you can't manipulate this slide, and say if your gun jams, I mean, you're not going to be able to do what you need to do. You also want to think of a good caliber, right? There's a lot of people who have their isms about calibers. I will tell you, I'm more of a 9mm type girl. I'm more of a 9mm type girl because if the ish ever hits the fan, 9mm will be more readily available than other calibers. I also want a caliber that I will be able to afford to shoot. I will also tell you that when it comes to me and my guns and my accessories and all this, your girl is balling on an entire budget, all right? I'm not trying to spend a whole bunch of money. I'm trying to get quality, right? I'm not being cheap, right? I'm trying to get things that are quality, but I'm being smart about it. I'm getting things when they're on sale. I buy my ammo in bulk whenever I can, and that's just what I choose to do, right? So I choose 9mm. I want to make sure that we are getting something that is just going to be effective. Something else that I really don't like that people do is when they tell people need to get the largest caliber, right? No. Because if you get a large caliber, and when I say caliber, that's going to be the caliber, that's going to be the size of the round that your gun shoots, right? So if I ever say anything in this live that you guys don't understand, please make sure that you guys ask. So if that gun has too much recoil, right? And if that trigger is going to be, so let me show you guys. So gun's cleared out. If my trigger is going to be so hard to pull back that I can't really pull it back, if I'm going to struggle to pull it back, that's not going to be a gun that I'm going to want to shoot. Because what typically happens is when people are working so hard to pull that trigger back, right, they're going to not be able to get an effective shot off. So I want a caliber that is the largest caliber that you can effectively shoot, right? So I'm going to say that one more time for the people who may be way in the back and they didn't hear me, right? You want to have the largest caliber that you can effectively shoot, right? So for me, I'd rather have a 9mm. My spouse carries 9mm as well, and it's something that if a gun were to go down, or if someone needs additional ammo and we're out and about and something's going on, then we can just interchange ammo. We can do whatever needs to be done. That person is used to shooting that other person's firearms caliber, and it just makes it a lot more easier. But if the recoil is too much, it will completely turn someone off from shooting. Like they'll be like, throw the whole gun in the trash, like throw the whole day in the trash, like, yeah, I'm gone. It makes it so much harder for people. So if there's someone who may be a tad bit intimidated, you may want to start them off on a 22. And there's nothing wrong with starting someone off on a 22 to get them comfortable and to build up their confidence, all right? So for me, I make sure that every single day I'm carrying my 9mm, right? My everyday carry is my 9mm. So either I'm carrying this, which is my Glock 43. I'm able to have a nice grip on this, which is very good. Sorry, not good, which is very important, because if you have the wrong grip, then your gun can possibly just fly out your hand. A lot of things can happen if you don't have a good grip. But I'm able to get a solid purchase, which is a solid grip on this gun. My hands are not too big. If my hands were too big, it would be like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know how to maneuver my hands. And a lot of people choose not to carry certain guns because they're just too big for them, or they're too small for them. So Glock 43, a really good option. It's affordable, but also know that affordable goes on different spectrums for different people. What's affordable for me may not be affordable for you. So that's something else that you have to think about when it comes to your everyday carry. So Glock 43, if you go buy at the store, it won't look like this. It should be like standard black normally, but this is my Glock 43, and this is my everyday carry. One of my everyday carries. All right, so here is another option. This is the Glock 43X. This is newer. All right. So you have the Glock 43 here. Then they came out with the Glock 43X because, like I said, and I'm going to try to show you guys really quick. When it comes to the length here, if the length is too short, a lot of people are not going to be able to get that good grip, right? And a lot of people prefer to carry 9mm. So there was a lot of feedback that came to the manufacturer, and they said, okay, let's make this work. And they extended the grip. All right. Hey, Patriot in the Dark. All right, so Patriot in the Dark. What I'm going to do is tonight, I'm definitely going to work on explaining a lot of things a lot better, so that if you, because you can't see what I'm talking about, I need to be able to explain it to you better. So I'm definitely going to do that. Thank you so much for tuning in. So here we have the Glock 43X and the Glock 43. And when it comes to concealing, for me, I'm able to conceal this Glock 43 more because, like I said, I have a shorter torso, and you don't want your gun, the butt of your gun sticking out. You don't want anything sticking out, right? Because I want to conceal carry. So here you can see that there's a difference in this length. So for someone with bigger hands, right? So for me, I can definitely grip this with no problems. You guys see that? Nice firm grip, no issues. So Glock 43, Glock 43X. And you can always buy extended mags, but for this Glock 43X, you're gonna be able to have 10+1 as your round capacity. So when I say 10+1, that means that you can have 10 rounds, and then you always have 1 round in the chamber, all right? So 10+1 means you have 10 in your magazine, and then you have 1 in your chamber, all right? And then we're not even going to talk about carrying with a round in the chamber right now. But if you don't carry with a round in the chamber, I would love for you to comment below and let me know why you do not carry with a round in the chamber. And even if you're watching the replay, I would love for you to comment and let us know. All right, so we talked about the Glock 43X, which is an option. We talked about the Glock 43. And next we're going to talk about the SIG P365. All right, so clear it out, guys. All right, SIG P365, another 9mm. Hold up, I ain't trying to show you guys my serial number. All right, Glock 43. I mean, SIG P365, right? This is another option, right? What is nice about this is it has 10+1, and they also have an optional 12+1 magazine as well. So like I said, 10+1, right? And then you remember this one was 10+1 too. This one has night sights on it, but this one, let's see. I want to show you guys the size difference. And then you can see the slide difference as well. And then I guess sometimes it depends on where you are. Then you can only carry certain mags as well. Not here in Florida. We're like the Wild Wild West, you remember? That's what everyone always says about Florida. Felicia, we will talk about that as well here in a minute. All right, so SIG P365 is another great option for concealed carry. This is when you are trying to conceal and you want to make sure that it's not too big. So this is my other everyday carry. I love carrying this. I don't have to do a whole bunch of maneuvering with my clothes. I don't have to worry about too much because bam, right? Demont, did you just read my mind? So our next option is going to be cleared out. So our next option, this is 9mm as well. This is the M&P Shield. So this one is going to be the mag capacity 8+1 in the chamber. And this is what a lot of people like to go to because it is not as expensive. So your Glock, well, your SIG P365, I think it's going to run about maybe $500. Everybody in the chat, I'm sure they already know. But yeah. The ones that I showed you before are more expensive. But a quick side note, if you are a veteran right now, Glock has their salute to service and you get an additional discount. So the 43X and the 365, I think they're about the same price, honestly. But if you're military, if you're active, reserve, retired, Glock does blue label pricing and you can get a discount on their products. Or first responders as well, I'm pretty sure. But here's the shield. This is what a lot of people like to go to when you're a little bit newer. You don't want to spend a lot of money. And you're on Dragons, I think it's until September. But yeah, so this is another option. So you see, I have a good purchase on here. So it's going to help when you have the mag in, obviously, but make sure that you can get a good grip on this, make sure that you can effectively shoot this and that you like it. So all these things that I'm saying, just know that these are just options. I know there are, Two Gun is talking about Walther. There are a lot of other options out there, but these are just some of the options that I have. When it comes to concealed carry, I'm very particular about my concealed carry. What I will tell you, and I mean, some of these other options that they're saying, I haven't tried them, but I'm not saying that they're not good. You have to make these decisions on your own. You want to consult with an expert, consult with someone that's their field, right? But you need to shoot these guns before you buy it. All right? I'm going to say it one more time. You need to make sure that you are shooting these guns before you buy them, because it's just like a car, right? When you buy this and then you take it to the range for the first time and it's trash, if you don't like it, then you're not going to be able to take it back. Just like your car. Like if you go buy a car, the moment that you drive that bad boy out the lot, it's like thousands of dollars just flew out the exhaust. All right. So this is another option. I think these run about $250. So a lot of people are getting these because it is a nice option. So no, that's good. Make sure that you go somewhere like, so I do a gun buying consult with my students, and or if it's just someone who's looking to purchase a firearm, they can do a gun buying consult with me. And what the gun buying consult does is it allows them to be able to try before they buy. So say I have these options right here. I have many other options that I have them try too, but I have them try, and just think about just these three. These are three popular guns, right? And I'll have some people that are like, I really like the way the 43X shoots, or I really like the way that Shield shoots, or maybe there's a certain gun and the recoil is just too much for them. They're like, no, I just really like this trigger. I really like this. Just know pretty much not everything, majority of the things on the gun, especially your trigger, can be switched out. But I mean, you're not buying things to switch them out. You're buying them for them to be ready to go. And the last thing I'm going to say about when it comes to purchasing firearms is make sure that you purchase from a reputable manufacturer. All right. So let's say, I think there was a recall on Priuses the other day. I think. Don't quote me on that. But hypothetically, let's say that there was a recall on Prius. Would you go out right now and buy a Prius if there was a recall on one? No, you wouldn't. All right. So same thing with guns. You want to do your research and you want to make sure that everything is good. So for instance, I'm just going to pick this up, the Glock 43X, right? So Glock is the manufacturer. And when I say manufacturer, just like Ford is a car manufacturer, Glock is the company that makes this gun. The model of this gun is the 43X, right? And that would be comparable to like the Ford F-150. No, they're not comparable, but that's just an example. But so you have the Glock 43X, and if you were looking to purchase a handgun and you saw that there was a recall on Glock 43Xs, you would not purchase that gun. Or if you heard that Glock had horrible customer service, I probably wouldn't purchase a gun through them, because if you ever needed to get something done, then you're going to be like, man, this process to even get this shipped and fixed and whatever is just way too much. There are certain manufacturers out there that are known to have very horrible customer service, and that would just be something that I wouldn't want to deal with. So do your homework when it comes to that. Make sure that you are buying from a company that is reputable. And someone said it in here, buy once, cry once, right? But I'm all about quality. You got to make sure that you're getting quality products, because if you don't get quality, then like I said before, these are my lifelines. And you don't want to make sure, you want to make sure that it is quality. When you pull it out and you pull the trigger, you want to make sure that it's going to go bang, right? Because if it's, let's see who can get the round off quickest, and the other person beats you to it, that's not going to be good. All right. So that was the skinny, I guess I'll call it, on guns. And there's not a certain gun that's out there for women. And I mean, even something like this. I mean, what's saying that a man can't carry this? But there's a lot of different options out there. There's a lot of different colors. I like to switch it up every now and then. I like to have some color. I'll show you guys. I'm not even going to show you guys that right now because we'll just go off on a whole side tangent. But I like things that are cute sometimes, and sometimes I just like things that are black. If I pull out a gun, it's not going to make me any more of a victim if my gun is rose gold. I can promise you that. Because when I pull it out, they're probably going to be like, what in the did she just pull out? And then by the time they process it, they're going to be shot. So it is what it is. Do not ever let someone tell you that there is only a certain gun for a woman. Guns depend on your hand size. Guns depend on what your strengths are and what you prefer. There is definitely not. And I've had people tell, I had a guy tell a student right in front of me, like, so I told the student that I carried a 365, and he was telling her like, oh no, those are not for women. And I was like, he is not smart. Don't listen to him. Patriot in the Dark said, I am more along the lines of by many, by often. So that's just the skinny on. I went over a lot of stuff with women and guns, but then I went effectively choose a firearm for you. And then this, so we're mainly talking about everyday carries. Maybe next week we can talk about guns for home protection, but a gun for home protection would be slightly different possibly. I know for me, my gun that I use for home protection, I don't have to worry about that it's small enough to conceal on my body, right? Because it's going to be for home protection. But yes. Oh, thank you for saying that, Erin. Something else that you have to think about when it comes to a concealed carry firearm is how it's going to feel against your body, because it may be possibly touching your body, right? I don't want anything rubbing me raw. I don't want anything that's going to irritate me. So also think about that when you're purchasing a gun, and it all depends on the holster that you have. But just know that material may come into contact with your body. If it's going to be something that's going to rub you raw, I don't think that's a purchase that you're going to want to make. If you guys learned something about everyday carry, let me know. By High Point Cannon. I think I'll pass on that one. And then I also want to just let you guys know that manufacturers do make improvements. If a manufacturer had one bad product, or there was a recall on something, that doesn't mean that all their products are going to be trash from now on. So just know that they do make improvements. Don't hold that against them forever. Alrighty then, what's next? So Abdul said, what's the best type of holster, inside or outside? When it comes to me carrying, I'm a inside type person. I don't know. It all depends on what you guys prefer. Sorry, I think I had said that wrong. So it depends on what you prefer. I'm definitely not an open carry type person. I want someone to not know what my cards are. I want to surprise them. Maybe next week we can talk about holsters. I don't have any right here to show you guys now, but there are several different options out there. When it comes to inside the waistband and outside the waistband, I do all of my stuff inside of my waistband. I I personally do not do leather holsters. You have to make sure that you make it work with the way that you dress. I don't like to wear belts. I only wear them when I have to. And when it comes to my normal everyday dress, I don't like to wear belts. So I'm more of a leggings, jeggings type person. Yes, I said jeggings. Hopefully there's someone else in here that wears jeggings too. Or I'm just gonna have to sign off because I'm embarrassed. But I don't like to wear a belt, so I make my holsters fit for that. I also have holsters and I have belts, but you just have to make sure that everything that you do is quality. All right. You also have to make sure that it just works for you and that you're comfortable with it. If it's something that you're not comfortable with, then you're not going to be able to use it. Tremaine said, do you suggest sticky holsters for purse carrying for women? Will they be carrying in a concealed carry purse, or are they just putting a sticky holster in their purse? Hey Marv, how are you? Marv said, good evening, Sister Skip. Sorry, I'm late, 12 hours a day, work now. Thanks for the gift. No, do not apologize for getting your work on. Marv won, was it last week? I think you won last week. He won the giveaway last week. I feel like I said that we had like a whole bunch of giveaways last week, but I'm getting kind of off subject, but not Marv. Oh, Tremaine. Oh, Vanessa says she's been wearing proper pants lately. All right, so when it comes to purse carry, what I will tell you is Skip started off not purse carrying. I was very like, I'll be honest, I kind of turned my nose up when it came to off-body carry because I like nice purses, not gonna lie. But all the concealed carry purses out there were ugly. And I'll even date myself, they were like fugly, all right? So I finally found a company that I liked the way the purses looked and I made it work for me. So what I did was I carried the purses and I carried them for like a good like 45 days before I even talked to anybody about my thoughts on them, and I really like them. But what I want to tell you is if you know a woman who is throwing a gun in her purse, please talk to her about that. Excuse me, it is very unsafe. You need to have a dedicated area for your gun and you need to be able to get to it very quickly. So my purses are typically a whole hot mess and a half. So I have these bags that are, oh, let me zip this up so y'all can't see what's in my bag. But I have quite a few of them because it depends on the day. But when I'm carrying off body, so this is a backpack. So this was the bag that I had today. And if you see me with this, you wouldn't be like, oh my God, she got a gun. Right? You would be like, oh, look at her bag, right? So here you'll see that there's zippers, and there's zippers on both sides, one here and one here. And so I'm right-handed. Adoria said, nice, I like that. No, Adoria, you cannot take my purse. But I'm right-handed, so my right hand needs to be free to be able to grab my gun whenever I need it, and I need to be able to unzip whenever I need it, all right? And if you were to look in here, here's the dedicated holster for my gun, all right? So what's not going to happen is there's not going to be chapstick, there's not going to be gum, lip gloss, makeup, 15 pens, a notebook, a cell phone, whatever else that may be able to get in there, right? So for me, I really like these. I can quickly get to it. And if I start to unzip this slowly, no one's going to be like, oh my God, gun, right? And you can unzip it and not take your gun out. Like you can unzip it and be like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to need to get my gun ready just in case I need it. And all you have to do is just pull it out. All right. But my gun's not in there right now because I was showing you guys my gun. Let me zip that up. But they have a lot of different options. I became a dealer for this company because I love the way their products are made. They're really good quality. So you can check out my website to see some of the products. And it's skipstacticalsolutions.com. And the company is Chameleon Concealed Carry Handbags. And I just like that they're affordable as well. You're not going to spend an arm and a leg and really not be able to have something that, you're not going to be able to have something to show for it. So these these handbags come with the holster, and it's adjustable. Just like that. And I have some that I can dress up, dress down, but I like them. And I won't lie and say that I don't carry off body. I carry off body often. If my clothes are too tight, so I said that wrong, too tight. Yeah, if they're too snug and I can't conceal, then yeah, I definitely carry off my body. And do not ever let anyone shame you for carrying off body, because I know a ton of men that carry off body too. All right, so if you're just tuning in, I would love for you to hit that thumbs up button. Vanessa said, my leather vest has nice pockets to carry in. You never know. I have a cunnet and mags in it. So it's just really important to make sure that your stuff is secure. There was a story here in Florida at a Publix, and there was someone a lady, like, her gun fell out of her purse and went off, but it was like a whole nother story behind that. But it wasn't proper. It wasn't like a concealed carry handbag, and it obviously wasn't properly stored if it was able to just fall out of her purse. Hey JB, thanks for joining in. All right, so concealed carry purses, if you look on my channel, I've definitely talked about them before in other live chats, but maybe we can do a live chat. We can have like a girls' night out and do a live chat and talk about concealed carry bags. Oh yeah. So you heard about that one, Diggity. She shot her husband at a Publix. The next question that we're gonna go over is, how often should you clean your gun? This bag is a Chameleon concealed carry bag. So how often do you guys think you should clean your firearms? And another question that I'm going to ask you, you guys are like, I didn't know there was going to be no quiz tonight. What are some of the things that your gun is exposed to on a daily basis if you're carrying? You guys are like, I'm about to sign off. I'm not about to be answering all these questions. Yes, so Tremaine and Diggity, you're both right. They said after every use. So when I say clean, I'm not meaning like you gotta scrub and all that, right? A quick wipe down, and it all depends on how many rounds you shot though. But make sure that you give your gun a wipe down, especially if it is your everyday carry firearm. Your everyday carry is, like we've already said before, that is your lifeline, right? So I don't want to pull my trigger and my gun is so dirty that it doesn't shoot. That's very, one, embarrassing, and two, very unsafe, right? I mean, if you're pulling your gun out, then that means that you need to use it. So that means you're not going to be able to use it. Every time you shoot it, right, you're going to need to give it a quick wipe down. And when you're wiping down, you're going to need to lubricate it as well. But also for your everyday carry, let's say this month you didn't get to go to the range at all. It's been 30 days. You want to take your gun and give it a quick wipe down every couple of weeks, because someone said it. Let's see. So Vanessa Kitty said it. Everything in your environment is what your gun is going to be exposed to. Demont said lint, always cleaning lint off my ADC. Yes. So that also depends on your environment. So here in Florida, it's very, very hot, although I'm not complaining, because I used to live in Montana and it was very, very cold. But It depends on your environment because your gun will be exposed to different things in different environments, right? So here in Florida, we're typically sweating a lot more than people who are living in colder climates. So if our gun is exposed to more sweat, you need to make sure that you're wiping it down. Lint, also your magazines too. If you are carrying and it's like you're just throwing your gun in a bag or something like that, I mean, sometimes at the bottom of my purse, there might be like some M&Ms or whatever. So just make sure that you're checking it out. Don't just go through the motions, right? You need to really inspect it and see what's going on with your gun. And while we're talking about that, so if you don't have a good routine, make sure that you get a good routine when it comes to cleaning your gun because it is extremely important. But now we're going to talk about what to use when to clean. So tell me some of the products that you guys use to clean your gun. And like Vanessa said, inspect it and maintain it. That is extremely important. Marv said, better clean after every use. If you don't treat it good, it won't treat you good. Facts. It's just like a relationship. Two-way street. And also store your ammo properly. All right, so when it comes to cleaning, I am in love. So I told you guys that I am a military firearms instructor too. So we use COP. It is hazardous. When it comes to my personal home firearms, I want to make sure that I'm using something that is good for me and my environment as well. All right. So I use Breakthrough Clean Technologies, and if you guys have heard of them, please let me know. But when you are cleaning your firearm, first you want to use, I hate saying firearm. I feel like it sounds like I'm saying farm. But first you want to use your solvent. And then once you get that all cleaned up, then you want to use your, and for them it's called Battleborn High Purity Oil. All right. Oh, sorry. So you have your solvent and then you have your oil. So love these products so much that I became a dealer for them. So if there's anything that I'm talking about, hey, I use this, I trust this, the products that I could become a dealer for, I became a dealer for. And these are the cleaning products that I use. Let me tell you why I use these products. There's a method to every single thing that I do, right? I use these products because they are non-toxic. When you're cleaning your gun, so for those of you who cleaning your home and your spouse is like, that stinks, get that out of here, it makes it so much harder to clean if one, it stinks, and two, it's hazardous because you got to watch where you clean. So with these products, I'm able to take a towel or a cleaning mat, sit it out, and I can do this at my kitchen table and not worry about, oh my God, like, am I gonna get cancer in like 5 years because I was trying to clean my gun? No. Non-toxic and odorless. Major keys, okay? Non-toxic. You want to be very careful about what you're introducing into your body, and you know the things that get into your skin are going to get into your system. So these are, anyone here in the chat not know about Breakthrough? So what I like about them, they have these little bottles, but then they also have like complete kits as well. So if you check out my website, there's complete kits, there's single bottles like these. We have smaller bottles too, and they're legit. I almost said they're too legit to quit. Hey, Armament and Axis, how are you? So because I love each and every one of you that are tuning in right now, so if you guys have not hit the thumbs up, make sure that you hit the thumbs up. Let's try to get 35 thumbs up. Try to get 35. We're at 31. But I love you guys so much that tonight's giveaway will be Breakthrough Clean. So I will be giving you guys this set for the giveaway. All right. And we also sell their cleaning mats. Cleaning mat is something good to have as well. But yeah, this is going to be the giveaway tonight. Hey. So you will, for the giveaway, you will win the military grade solvent. And then you will also win the oil as well. Demont said, I work in the chemical industry. Nothing is safe. Laugh out loud. Everything has parts of something hazardous. Yes, that is true. And some things just have very low toxicity, but some of them, it's out of this world. So at the end, so wait, as far as the giveaway, here in a few, I'll let you guys know when to enter, because if you go ahead and type it now, then I will not be able to scroll back that far. But here at the end of this video, I will be giving away these cleaning products. And if you do not win, don't fret, because you can go into my website and purchase your very own cleaning products too. All right, so we talked about cleaning, and we also talked about everyday carry options, and we just talked about women and guns. So the next thing we're going to talk about, we have two more things that we're going to talk about, then we're going to wrap it up, because the women and guns went a little bit longer than I expected it to. But let's talk about target ammo and self-defense ammo. All right, do you guys know the difference between target ammo and self-defense ammo? Armin Axis said, hey, check it out, Avery is exactly to the day the same age as your sister. Picture in the Dark said, CLP works well on rifles, pistols, and hoagies. Tremaine said, one is a hollow point. Yes, yes. Adoria said, educate me. Patriot in the Dark said, about $10. You right, you right. Penetration. See, this is why I love you guys. Your Dragon said, in our house, target is ball ammo, other is hollow point. Yes, yes, and yes. See, you guys are on top of it. That's all right, guys. So just to go a little bit more on what they said, or actually tie them all together, because you guys did a very good job. So thank you so much. So there is a difference in regular target ammo and, well, not regular target ammo. So there's a difference. You have your target ammo, and then you also have your carry ammo, right? So your carry ammo is going to be, and I don't have a target ammo with me, so I apologize, guys. So when you think about a round like this, this is going to be your self-defense, right? So if I'm carrying my gun every single day, or whenever I'm carrying my gun, this is going to be the round that I'm going to use for self-protection, right? It's going to be full metal jacket, and it's going to have different penetration. And when I say penetration, you want to think of penetration as what your bullet is going through, right? So when you're shooting regular target ammo, right, you want to be able to have it go through whatever you're shooting. So most people shoot at paper, cans, whatever it may be, right? You're on your normal target ammo, you're not shooting for it to go through like real human stuff, right? So you're gonna have to break the skin, you're gonna have to break clothing, you're gonna have to break through a lot of stuff, right? So that's what your self-defense ammo is gonna do. So the other difference is gonna be, like they said before, the price. When it comes to your self-defense rounds, they're going to be more expensive. You're not going to buy self-defense rounds and go to the range and just be practicing all the time with self-defense rounds. You have your target ammo, like I said before, and then you also have your self-defense ammo. And the other one that I have, so this is Barnes Tech XPD. And this round's going to give you some nice deep penetration. So I want you to look at this round. Don't pay attention to the fact that I need to fill. Adoria. Hey, Kendra, how are you? Thank you, Armit. So this is going to give you some nice deep penetration. The other round that I want to show you guys is going to be this. This is your Hornady Critical Defense. And let me show you guys this one. Again, when we talk about ammo, we're going to do the same thing that we're doing when we're talking about guns. Make sure that you're purchasing from a company that is reputable. And so this one's going to, so this is Hornady Critical Defense, and this one is Barnes. So you have your Hornady on the left. So when it comes to your Hornady, sorry, I keep grabbing it like that. So when it comes to your Hornady, I want you to really look at this round. So you have a polymer that's going to be filled. You have a polymer filled hollow point, and this is going to help. Sorry, it's blurry. It's going to help with that penetration and feeding. So what I want to talk about with this really quick is I had someone contact me because they were having feeding issues, right? But what I really commend her for is the fact that she took her self-defense ammo to the range, and she wasn't using this, but she took her self-defense ammo to the range and was running that through her gun. And that's when you find out what guns have issues with certain brands of ammo. So I think that is extremely important. And if you just want to grab, when you buy your self-defense ammo, if you want to grab 2 boxes, grab you 2 boxes, and one can be for the range, or if you want to throw a magazine through, you don't want to just throw 1 or 2 rounds in there. You want to actually cycle a good bit through to make sure that you don't have any issues. But that's extremely important because there is a difference. Like someone said before, there's definitely a difference in price. Your target ammo is going to be cheaper than your actual self-defense ammo. And that's why you want to make sure that you get a caliber that you can actually enjoy. A caliber that you can actually afford, because the carry ammo tends to get expensive. And the industry standard will be 18 inches for your penetration. And then, let's see who said it. Someone said it. Vanessa Kitty said, think about reloading as well. Yes, so if you reload, you guys want to, if you can reload and you have the time to do it, that's definitely something that you can look into. Reloading is very beneficial, and it can save you money. For me, I personally don't have time to reload, so I get my stuff on sale. But those are just a few options. That's just the skinny of it. The last thing that I want to cover is learning how to properly use a gun. When it comes to learning how to properly use a gun, I really advise you to take a class, because you will learn so much in a class. When I became an instructor, and I had already sat through several classes before becoming an instructor, but once I became an instructor and I sat in the classes, I was like, oh my God, that is like so stupid simple. Like, why was I never really listening? And I was listening, but I wasn't really paying attention. So that's important. And something else that I want to say about this ammo really quick is Lucky Gunner Labs. You can go to check out their website. They have a chart on ammo, and I'll probably post it on social media next week. It's very important to know the specs on your ammo, because certain ammo has different things, right? So make sure that you guys check that out. Let's see. Vanessa Kitty said, my range ammo is my carry ammo. Practice with what you use. I think it's really important to make sure that you guys are running that through. Tremaine said, I took my wife to Arm and Feminine last month. Kelly, Prison Site. Nice. Valley Girl, how do you know I wasn't born yet? Oh, because you know my birthday. Forgot about that. And I can't even, you know how like people are like, oh, you're old enough to be my dad. Like, literally, you are. Sorry, guys. Kind of like an inside joke. I was on a live yesterday and I told him what my birthday was. And then he was like, oh my God, that's my daughter's birthday. Like the exact day. So, yeah. So I guess he is old enough to be my dad. But old is just a state of mind. You're not old. All right. So, someone sent me this question, so I want to cover this really quick because I said I was going to cover it. Having a gun without a safety. And then learning how to get over the fear of guns. I think if you have a fear of it, then that means that you have a healthy respect for it, all right? When it comes to guns with safeties, just know that all guns have safeties. So this gun does not have an external flip. So I'll be honest with you guys. I personally do not care for firearms with external safeties. All right. I don't care for them because at the end of the day, if I do not pull the trigger, the gun is not going to go off. And once you understand the mechanics of a gun, then you know it's just an object. So if I don't have a knife in here. You're like, why would you have a random knife sitting around? So if I had this gun, and then I'm just going to be facetious and say that this is a knife, all right? If I had this gun and this knife, if I set this here all day and all night, right? Nothing would ever happen, right? They're not just gonna get up. Oh, sorry. They're not just gonna get up and go, oh my God, I'm gonna shoot someone, right? This knife is not gonna just stand up and go, oh, I think I'm gonna go stab someone. Everything happens because it is in the hands of a human, right? There's no such thing as bad guns, right? You're not like bad gun, right? No such thing as bad guns, right? There are people that do, well, I guess bad people that do bad things with guns. Guns are just objects, okay? So I think it's very important for you to understand that. And when I'm teaching someone, I have no problem sitting down and explaining this to them because for some people, they have a lot of hangups around these objects, right? Because the media is telling you like all these crazy things, like they make up some crazy things about these guns, like a fully automatic, blah, blah, blah. You're like, what? But when you know, right? Then you know, right? So tonight, you guys are going to know. And if you have a fear about these, nothing's ever going to happen with this gun. And I'm going to show you guys one more time that it's cleared out. Nothing's ever going to happen with this gun unless you physically pull this trigger. And what I want you to know is there is a certain amount of pressure rearward, so straight to the rear. So this is straight to the rear, right? There's a certain amount of pressure that has to go all the way back in order for this gun to go off, okay? There's not like a, oh, my finger just accidentally, you know, or, oh, I just pressed on it really quick and then it went off. That doesn't happen. So when you hear these people saying, oh my, like it just went off by itself, that's a lie, okay? That's just like your car just backed up out the driveway, drove down the street and ran into someone's house by itself. That doesn't really happen. Unless you got a Tesla, but I think you got to start it first, and I can't even afford that. So I ain't even talking about that. But guns do not kill people. People kill people. This gun will never go off if someone does not pull this trigger. So there has to be a certain amount of pressure, and different guns are different, all the way to the rear, right? So that is extremely important. So if your gun does not have an external safety, right, it still has an internal safety. Or on this one, and I don't want you guys, so here, let's see. Here, once this is depressed, then you can pull your trigger. All right. So what I want to show you is if I don't press down on this right here, if I just press down on the side over here, this isn't going to go off. All right. You see this? Sorry, you probably can't see it. It's not going to go. All right. But once I press down, let's see, once I press down here and I pull back, all right. So that's like one of the golden rules when it comes to guns. Do not put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. Don't ever point at anything you're not willing to shoot, right? So if I'm just over here playing and you're pointing it at your pet or you're pointing it at someone, that is a no-no because you are not willing to shoot that, all right? So unless your finger's on the trigger, it's not gonna go off. And then when it comes to carrying with a round in the chamber, if you do not pull that trigger, that gun's not gonna go off. And the way that I like to explain it to people when it comes to carrying with a round in the chamber is, excuse me, you want to have a round in the chamber because when you pull this out, seconds will matter. If you ask anyone who's ever had to use their firearm in self-defense, and I did a podcast episode, so if you go back 2 episodes on my podcast, you will see that, or you will hear that I talk with MJ, sorry, not MJ, I talk with Michael, and he just recently got into a situation where he had to use his firearm, right? And he said how important it was that he was able to get his gun and use his gun very quickly, and he already had a round in the chamber. So that's really important. Someone was shooting at him and his son, and his gun was ready to go. So if you do not carry with a round in the chamber, I want to also remind you that I want you to think about it like this. When you're driving down the street, or if you've ever been in any kind of accident, hopefully you haven't, but if you've ever been in any kind of accident, did you go, let me put my seatbelt on real quick because I see that this accident is about to happen? Or do you get in your vehicle and you're always ready and you just put your seatbelt on, right? Because you never know when an accident's going to happen. And another thing is, think about all these shootings that have occurred, right? If these people knew something was going to happen, I'm sure they wouldn't go, you know what, I'm going to the movies today to go see this movie because I know there's going to be a shooting there. Or all the other things that, grocery store, you know what, I'm going to the Save-A-Lot today. Or the Publix because I know there's going to be a shooting. All right? So it's very important to make sure that you're always ready. And when I say always ready, what's the saying? If you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready. You want to put a round in the chamber, right? Because that's going to be one more step that you're going to have to think about, all right? And these things happen so quickly. I don't want you to ever be in a situation to where you're not able to defend yourself because you didn't have a round in the chamber. And I mean, if that's something that you need to work up to, it's very, very important that you get there. Very, very important. And it's all about your mindset. And it's all about knowing that these guns do not go off unless someone is pulling the trigger. And when someone's like, it just went off. So So I wear my seatbelt because I've been ticketed for a seatbelt violation many years ago. They don't give out like, oh, you didn't have your gun violation. But I also want you guys to remember this little tidbit. If anything occurs, right, you don't have a cop in your back pocket. All right. So you need to be able, one, you need to be alive to call the cops, right? Cops come out and investigate crimes. So if you are not alive, then how are they going to know that they need to come out and get to you, right? So you need to, one, be alive to call them, and two, they're going to have to respond. And if you're not familiar with the response time of the police in your area, I want you to look that up, because that also varies on a lot of different things. Like if it's like traffic time, or, you know, depending on what else they have going on, the priority of the calls. Someone was saying a few lives ago, how like there's only like 1 or 2 cops in their area. So it's really important for you to know things like that. But if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And if you got your gun with you, then you're your own first responder. I'm going to be the first person on this scene, and I'm going to be able to defend myself, and I'm going to be able to defend others around, all right? Hey, Hoodneck, how are you? Patron the dog, true, but I hope you have time to rack the slide unless you're carrying a revolver on an empty chamber and just pull the trigger if it's double action. I would never talk someone out of carrying because they're scared of that until they're more comfortable. So no, I wouldn't tell someone to not carry. What I will tell you is to make sure that you do get comfortable with this. And I mean, I tell my students all the time, if they're not comfortable, they need to introduce this stuff slowly, right? But they need to be very consistent with it as well. So maybe introduce like a small trip to the grocery store where you don't have a round in the chamber and you're like, oh my God, it didn't go off. Okay, I think I can get used to this. And then now you make a little bit longer trip, but it's very, very important to make sure that you're carrying with a round in the chamber. I won't sugarcoat that because I feel like that's extremely important, and seconds absolutely matter. And this is like life or death. So yes, but if you have any issues with carrying, if you have any questions, I really, really think it would behoove you to take a class with an experienced instructor, someone who can just really, and sometimes it's people that you vibe with. Like I've had people that are like, oh, I need to meet you to make sure that we vibe together. And it's like, cool. Because if people ain't got the right energy, or they don't have the right attitude, or they don't talk to you the right way, then they're definitely not going to get your funds, all right? Oh, guys, we hit 39 thumbs up. We need one more thumbs up to hit 40. But I want to tell you guys, I really appreciate you for tuning in. We talked about a lot tonight. We talked about women and guns. We talked about how to choose the everyday carry firearm, and that was for men and women. And just know there's not one gun out there that is made only for a woman. There are guns that are marketed more towards women, right? But there's not one gun that is only out there for women. And if someone is telling you and pressuring you, you're just like, not today, brother or sister, depending on who it is. And then we also talked about the difference between target and self-defense ammo. Here are a few options when it comes to self-defense ammo. We have our Barnes TAC XPD, and then we have our camera acting a fool, and then we have our Hornady Critical Defense. All right. And then we also talked about how often should you clean your firearm. Hopefully you guys all know that you need to make sure that you are wiping it down. If it's your everyday carry, you want to kind of give it a quick wipe down at least every couple weeks, but that also depends on where you live and the environment, the temperature. And then we also want to make sure that if we're going to the range, we give it a quick wipe down as well when it comes to just putting rounds through your gun. You don't, and I've had people who've told me before that they ain't never gonna clean their gun, like blah blah blah. That's really what it be sounding like to me. But for me, I'm cleaning mine because it is my lifeline. When I pull the trigger, it better go bang every single time. And I don't want to think, is it gonna go bang? And sometimes people will make sure that they have a gun, and it hopefully it's not your everyday carry, that they just put through a lot of stress. Like they don't clean it and they want to see how many rounds are gonna go through it. I just wouldn't do that with my everyday carry. And someone did mention that make sure that you carry a spare mag with you, and that was something else. And I talk about that too sometimes, but that was something else that Michael with the MJ Firearms said. He said that he needed to use a spare mag, so that's very important. You never know how many people you will encounter. Sometimes bad people, they travel in packs. But yeah, just make sure that you have a spare mag with you, because some of these guns don't have a lot of capacity, and you want to be able to effectively hit as many people as possible whenever you need to hit them. If there's 10 bad guys, then you want to make sure that you have enough rounds for all 10 bad guys. You don't want to hit 2 and then run. All right. What else did we talk about? Getting over the fear of guns, and also carrying with a round in the chamber. These are things that are very important. If you guys have more questions about these things, or if you are sensitive towards certain things, I'm more than willing to talk to you about it. I'm your girl. Let's see. Armament and Access said, Avery thinks we need more women like you in this industry and on social media. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank all of you guys who are on my social media. You guys rock. And I really appreciate you. I do this for each and every one of you. And our Instagram page just hit 20K. It's been amazing, and I appreciate you guys. So feel free, if you have anything that I post on social media, you guys can take it, like it, share it, whatever, unlike it, whatever you like to do. But that's not for me, it's for you. So you can do whatever. You can send it to a friend, whatever, but those posts are for you. So I don't always post like, share, comment, but those are for you to distribute however you like to. Atlanta Light said, you live in hurricane country. I need to know how you plan on dealing with disaster. We need to do a live on that, but I have to make sure that I have everything out for you guys to see it, and links too. Tremaine said it's good to purchase extra mags and carry an extra mag with your EDC. Very important. Patriot in the Dark said, remember, magazines are disposable. You can always replace them. That is very, very true. Patriot said, for the record, I carry around in the chamber. I just said I wouldn't shame someone so they wouldn't carry if they feel uncomfortable. No, I wasn't directly talking to you. I was just saying in general, because I know a lot of people who are very uncomfortable with it. But what I wanted to make sure that I did tonight was explain how important it was, because I feel like it's a very important part of this process. Two Gun Kitty said, I support a woman's right to choose. Choose your gun wisely. Yes, and thank you. Accent, hey Skip, hello chat room. Hey, how are you? Vanessa said, I carry spare mags on one side to counterbalance the weight of the gun on the other. Tremaine said this was fun. I'm so glad that you had fun tonight. Karen said, we appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Skip, any thoughts on the S53 Volleyball double barrel? I personally don't carry revolvers. I don't carry them because I need a lot of rounds when it comes to my everyday carry, and the capacity of them just doesn't do it for me. But everything is not for everyone. That's just my own personal opinion. Armand said, I just remembered you asked me to be a mod or something like that, but I have no blue wrench. I'm sorry. You haven't even been around. It's like you dropped off the face of the earth. Atlanta said, when will they be back in stock? When will what be back in stock? Vanessa said, no revolver. A picture for a revolver every time. Yeah, and so it's just personal preference, and I definitely don't shame people, but I just educate people on why I choose what I choose. And I don't care what you carry, as long as you carry what you're comfortable with and you train with it. That is all I care about. All I care about. All right. All right, guys. So this is the time where I need you guys to hit that thumbs up if you haven't hit the thumbs up. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. And if you want to be entered to win this, so I think I'm going to stop doing the giveaways where I announce them the next week, because absolutely no one entered from the one that I did last week. So this week's giveaway will be the solvent and the oil. All right. And if you want to win this, I want you to type in, what should you type in tonight? Live chat. Type in live chat. All right. If you want to be entered to win this. I will give you guys a couple minutes to enter for that. Atlanta Light, are the Hollow Suns not in stock? I'm sorry, I thought they were. All right, guys, so if you are not following me while you guys are entering still, if you are not following me on Facebook, make sure that you follow me on Facebook and put on post notifications. And, excuse me, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you follow me on Instagram too. And if you have not listened to my podcast, make sure that you listen to my podcast. And my podcast is Skip's Tactical Solutions. And you can find that it will be in the description below once this video is finished uploading tonight. But yeah, there's lots of different ways that you guys can find out about me. Two Gun Kitty said, skip any news on an Olight sale tomorrow. I think it's going to be 40% off if you purchase two. I'll post about it. So if you're watching this video, so right now it says 33 people are watching this video, right? If you're watching this video, make sure that you hit the thumbs up and make sure that you enter this live chat giveaway, all right? And the giveaway from last week, if people did enter, I will post that tomorrow. Thank you so much to my my moderator, Miss D, also known as Yarn Dragons Creations. Thank you so much, ma'am. And if you have not checked out my Patreon, I would love for you to check out my Patreon. I had 2 new patrons from last week, and I want to say they're both doing a $1 donation. So you can donate to me for as little as $1 a month, and that helps me create content. So it helps me put out my podcast. It helps me with my things such as like my banner, my light, my camera, and transfer fees. those get up there. And I would love for you guys to also just check out the other videos that are on my channel. I love when you guys leave comments. That lets me know if you like the video, if you don't like the video, or if you're interested in that product. I'm working on some new gifts for the podcast. So the next podcast coming out will be a youth shooter. So I like to do things I like to make sure kids are involved. So this one will be one for the kids as well. So make sure that you listen to the episode with your kids if you do have kids. And all my episodes are going to be kid friendly. Well, I guess if you're talking about like responding to a shooting, that may not be kid friendly, but that is just the reality of the world that we live in nowadays, and these things are truly happening. Oh, and if you did not see my flashlight last week, I will show you my flashlight. I got a new flashlight. Olight is having a major sale tomorrow, so make sure that you check them out. This is my new light. Isn't it cute? But it's also very effective, so don't get it twisted just because it's cute. It is magnetic, and that is where it recharges. But if you're looking to, and I think it was, if you buy two, you're 40% off. But let me show you how I did that. And this is where it recharges. And this is just USB, so it's very easily charged. But this is my new Olight. And this is for me to clip it on my hat. Here, you can clip on your hat, your shirt, whatever, wherever you need it. But I'm gonna show you guys really quick. You guys see that? Look at all that power in this little light. So this is my new light that I'm carrying as my everyday carry. All right. All right, so this is the last chance for you guys to enter into this giveaway because I'm about to pick a winner. But yeah, this is my new light. I love it. And here you can see the light is green here. And then this clip also comes off and you can flip it the other way. But I flipped it this way because I was trying to show people how it could clip onto your hat. Let's see. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Or if you're a country bow. Good. Okay, she's done. And just make sure that you guys tune in next week. Look. Learning something new every day. Yeah, I think I got this last week, like actually right before the live started. That kind of hurt my eyes. Thank you, Armament. All right, guys, so we're going to make sure that we check this out. Oh, sorry. I got way too many guns right here. Like, look, guys. Sorry that the live went kind of long tonight. Thanks, guys. Country folks say 50 limb times. All right. So I really enjoyed you guys tonight. And if you have any questions, make sure that you let me know. My regulars, you guys are thebomb.com. Yeah, she said thebomb.com. I got my necklace from this lady here local. I will tag her. And she was saying that if a few of you guys wanted, I have mine like all tangled up, but if a few of you guys wanted to get necklaces made, that she would make us some necklaces. We could have like a necklace gang. Sorry, guys. I'm delirious. I said necklace gang. So, Adoria, that means that you need to let me know that you want to order your necklace, okay? And if you guys want to get your shirts, make sure that you get your shirts too. Hey, C4, how are you? Okay, let me pick this winner. So the winner for this one is Felicia Raphael. Sorry, I'm really not good with names. Make sure that so congratulations. Make sure that you send me a message on my Facebook page, or you can shoot me an email at, you guys got that? Shoot me an email at skipstacticalsolutions@gmail.com so that you can send me your address and I will get these shipped right out to you. Make sure that you stay tuned. So should we do a sticker pack giveaway too? What do you guys think? So if you guys want me to do a sticker pack giveaway, let me know really quick. And all you guys will have to do is type in, yeah, who cares, whatever, we'll do a sticker pack giveaway. So what I need you guys to do, it was Felicia. Sorry, did I say Alicia? Sorry, my jokes be super lame. But if you want to win a sticker pack, all you have to do is, once this video is over, I want you guys to comment in the regular comments, not the live chat, the regular comments, and say giveaway, not sticker pack, just say giveaway, all right? But you have to do it in the regular comments, all right? So make sure that you give the video a thumbs up, type giveaway. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Yeah, thank you so much, Two Gun Kitty. If you are a Patreon of mine, I truly, truly appreciate you. And every month we will be doing giveaways. Aaron was the last giveaway winner for the Patreon. I truly appreciate all of you guys for showing up each and every week. And have a happy weekend. Have a safe weekend. And I will see you guys right here next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Talk to Me Thursday. So if you want to enter the sticker pack giveaway, make sure that you do it in the regular chat, all right? So go to, not the chat, sorry, not the regular chat. Make sure that you enter in the comments under the description of the video, right? So guys, have a good weekend, and I will see you next week. Talk to you later.